Okay, hi. If you hear a washing machine, it's because there's a washing machine. That's dishwasher. That's what I meant to say. Okay, is this all good? Do I look fresh? No, my bad. I really hope it looks clean. I still, let's see. Let's just zoom in on the oxygen cleaner. No, we're not doing that. Oh, I hate how fucking, sorry, swearing's not ideal. Okay, hi. Welcome back. This is my passion project. My passion project. I mean my YouTube channel. That was a great job. I'm freaking awesome. I really hate the trash. Okay, we're gonna talk about Narnia. Okay, so growing up, I never really watched Harry Potter because my mom wouldn't let me. So I grew up reading / listening to with Audible. Use code so and so. So I read all the books. One of my vivid memories that I have in my head is going to watch The Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe in theaters. And my sister pretty much, my sister was on a little, for a ramp, for people wheelchairs. I was four, yeah, man. She was in a wheelchair, one of those, she was flipping on it, putting her two hands on the side, going back and forth like she was in gymnastics, which she was, I'm pretty sure. And she flipped, and I broke her nose. I just remember seeing a lot of blood. Pretty sure I was crying. Wouldn't you? But yeah, that's a memory I have. So that's pretty cool, right? Chronicles of Narnia is a book series made of 7 books. I could name drop them all right now, but I'll probably mix up the pronunciations, the titles I mean when I say them. So I'm not going to do that. Also spoilers for a book series that's over 50 years old. So, yeah. Basically, 4 children go into a little wardrobe, they find themselves in a magical world, and because of that, they go on more adventures. The book after that, in order that was written before, chronological order, I can't think of the word for it, but anyways, they get summoned back to Narnia by a horn, by a guy named Prince Caspian. And then the lion's like, yo kiddos, you're too old to go back. And by kiddos, I mean Peter and Susan, which are the other 2 kids in the book series. So it's you 2 other little kiddos, the younger 2 little kiddos, you guys can come back. And they're like, oh, when? It's like, where's it find out? So, they go, in the book, the situation is that their parents are in America. They bring Susan because she's the older one, and Edmund's studying for exams, which kind of relatable, but at the same time, not really. I don't know how it works in the UK. I'm a Canadian man. I know that we had 2 months of summer because that's when it's really nice here and that's when people do stuff. But I know in other countries, and they kind of separate their holidays differently. But it kind of gives it oh, everyone's taking a break from school. So everyone's taking a term, I mean. This is a ramble, I'm sorry, but I need to get to the point. Basically, Lucy and Edmund, the younger children, the Pepper's children, they go to see their aunt and uncle, Aunt Alberta and their uncle, who cares? And their cousin Eustace is a pain, and he annoys them just to be annoying. So that's awesome. I'm happy I didn't have a cousin like that. That wasn't like directing it towards anyone. I just had to cough. No, but they find this giant painting that has a ship on it, and they're all looking at it and like, wow. Lucy's like, wow, it's a Narnian ship. Emmett's like, yeah, it looks like it. And Eustace is all like, and I feel like the best way to describe it is the BBC production of the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which, by the way, I just dropped the title of the book. We're talking about the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I'm going to have to cut out so much. Man. Anyways, the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, BBC Productions, they did it back in, I want to say, 80s. I'm just going to play it right here, if I can find it, if I can find the clip. Now.
Lucy, it is moving.
The sea! Smell the sea! Stop it! Whatever silly game you're playing, stop it! It's going to drag us in! It's dragging us in! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! We're going to drown!
Okay, you saw the clip? Yeah, they all get sucked into a painting, which I think is such a creative way to get there. I remember, this is just might be me talking from my mind. I was going to say ass, but that's not really appropriate. But anyways, they remember his C.S. Lewis stepson saying that his most favorite way they got to Narnia was opening a door to a garden, which, like, I guess, like, they open the door and they're on top of, like, they're in Narnia, which is basically this which is a neat idea, but, like, going through a painting to another world is just something else, you know? And then they find themselves on a tropical cruise in Narnia. Like, I'm jealous. Can you imagine, like, looking at a painting? I still, to this day, look at paintings and be like, man, I wish I could just, like, go into them. But no, that never happens. I tried. I didn't ever try it because I never broke a painting trying to jump into it, but, yeah. But, you know, this book has always been a favorite of mine. Can't tell you, I just really love it. I feel like every book kind of has its own thing, like Narnia, The Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe is more of like the winter book, like it takes place in the winter. And then Princess Caspian's like early spring, like ooh, it kind of, I guess summery kind of, but like I consider it spring. And then, or like, it's a summer at your own, in like, nowhere, in somewhere, you know, like it's a summer where you live. That makes sense. And then Voyage is a tropical vacation. You're going on a ship, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna like battle little sea creatures and stuff. You might become a dragon. Did I mention I'm gonna spoil the whole book? So if you haven't read it, and I recommend it. Just saying. You might become a dragon, you know, fun stuff like that. But I do think, like, the best written book in the trilogies is definitely The Silver Chair. I just really like this one more. It's also, like, the longest book, which is why it's harder to make into a movie. And let me tell you, I want to say the movie came out in 2010? I'm gonna just check really quickly. Yeah, it came out in 2010. I want to say I was 9 when it came out. I don't know when it came out. I would have been 9 when the movie came out. Yeah. This movie came out 9 days after my brother was born. And the day we went to see it, it wasn't like on the premiere day or anything. My mom tripped and she broke her arm. And I went with her to the hospital, and we were there for a good 2 hours. Like, a long time. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I can't wait to see my favorite movie. But at the same time, my mom broke her arm, and she has a newborn baby that's less than a month old in the hospital, which is ready to get affected by all the bacterias, yeah. And eventually, she gets the cast on, I make it in time to the movies, I know. We go to the movies, and there's only two couple, like an old couple, sitting in the back row, and then there's my 1, 2, 3, there's my, I want to say at least 4 other siblings in there with us, in there with me. No, yeah, there's five kiddos, so all 5 of my siblings, all 4 of my siblings plus me, my grandma and my aunt. I know, it was a night, it was a day. I've never seen a theater that empty since till I went to see Cats in 2019. I watched it because Taylor Swift was in it. Don't judge. But 9-year-old me watching that was my first feeling of, oh, this isn't what I wanted. By the way, I have a script that I'm not following, but it's chill. It's chill. You know, I was just there like, they could have made it so much better. You know how they could have made it better? They could have made it a mini-series. I think Netflix owns the rights to the Chronicles of Narnia, so you can make it a mini-series if you guys want to. It makes so much sense. So, there's plots in the film that kind of just don't go anywhere. I feel like, so there's a scene when they first, also the way to get to Narnia in this one is not as cool as the BBC production, don't at me, but it's not. They literally just drown in water. Not as cool, but apparently they did a lot of training for that, so no hate on them. They're getting paid. But still. Should I try and just make it like just so the words getting, that's better. Better angle, I guess. That star falls on me, I will be mad at myself. So, they literally just drown, unlike the best way, the BBC way. They get sucked into it, which is how they kind of described it in the book. Like, they say that they're basically standing on the picture frame, and then they all kind of get hit by a wave and they fall in. So think about that. Like, imagine Netflix original, they're all looking at this picture frame, and then they all get sucked in, and then they're standing on the frame, and then they're like, oh no, we're gonna fall in, or we're gonna fall backwards into our lives, like our human lives, not in Narnia. And then wave. There goes your dreams. There goes your normal life. Welcome to Narnia. You get hit. You're gonna get soaked. But yeah. Sorry, I just don't like how they get there. It's not as exciting or cool. But listen, it literally makes sense. Like, the book wasn't really made to be a miniseries, but there's already so much in the book that you could literally just have play in a miniseries. They're literally traveling to point A, from point A to point B, and they're trying to find all these lords in between. That's kind of like the main part of the book. I'm going to read you my little summary I wrote. Okay, I'll read it to you. Okay, here you go. You ready? This is my writing abilities. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of John Treader, is the 3rd book in the series, which is about very basic rundown of the plot. Also, spoilies. The two youngest, Edmund, Lucy, and their cousin, Usage Scrub, are brought back to Narnia through a picture, which, yeah, that's all I got for my plot, but, you know. Yeah, I wrote more for the plot, but they're basically trying to find 7 lords. And in the movie, they added these swords, which didn't really go anywhere. And there's also a scene that I was trying to get to before I got distracted. Not following my script, guys. They're talking about, so they get to Narnia and they get on the Treader. I'm gonna call it the Treader. That's what I'm gonna call it now. They get on the Treader, and Chris Catchman's like, all hail Queen Lucy, High Queen Edmund, and High Queen Lucy. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Are they gonna go anywhere with that? And they do, but at the same time they don't. Like, they're trying to say, like, we don't need to be our older siblings, we're our own persons, you know? That's what they were going for with the movie. I feel like that's what like their plots were in the movie, and then Caspian's plot was, my father, I don't want to be upset with me. I mean, that's cool. I relate to that kind of, I guess. And then Eustace is just great in this. Not as good as in the BBC production, which I recommend you watch. It's free. It's on YouTube. It's been available since the 80s, so get on that. That was my first time watching a Narnian film. It's like, wow, this is really good. Also, make the Silverchair a film, please, so I can watch it. And Horson's Boy. I'm really getting distracted. But no, the series can have every island be its own episode, and we can have episodes where they're floating out at sea, just chilling there, you know? Or by chilling, I mean just getting attacked by a sea monster, which, cruel. Because if you were to make it episodic instead of a movie, I feel like the flow would be much better, because you can add more to it. You can add more to the episodic miniseries than you could to a movie. Because I feel like there's so much in that movie that they didn't talk about. Like, the coolest thing about that movie that I felt like was that there was a fondue, who kicks people, and he's only there for like one clip. I was like, that's so cool. I hope he's in the reboot, honestly. But also, like, a main kind of like example of just kind of like how this movie's so different. They go to one island and they all get captured, and then there's one lord who's captured with them, which isn't how it went in the book. The lord is free, like, he's not captured at all. He's not a slave. But in the book, in the movie, he was. I don't know why, but he was, and it really just kind of annoys me. But still, there's a thorn. Mr. Thomas kicks someone, and I'm like, that's pretty sick. So keep that in, I guess. Like Caspian gets bought. They all get put into slavery, by the way. Caspian gets bought out first, and then he's like, I'll save you, and then he finds first one of the lords that he hasn't seen got married. So honestly, he has like the best kind of life out of all the 7 of them, honestly. Good job for that lord. Don't know his name, but I'll have if I can find it, I'll put it somewhere. But yeah. Oh my goodness, the laundry machine's done. Can you guys hear me now? Imagine you guys can't hear me. I've been talking for like 30 minutes. That'll be awkward. But no, I mean, an action scene is cool. If you can still keep Mr. Thomas kicking someone, that'd be awesome. But they didn't really do that. Caspian planned out. What he planned out is that they made him all look like a big army when there's only like 30 men on the ship. You know, they made it seem like there was a lot of them there, but when there wasn't, which is smart. I'm just gonna talk about Eustace being a dragon. So in the movie, he was a dragon through half, like the whole half, like a good quarter of the film, and you don't see his transformation from brat to a good person. Maybe if they were able to release the silver chair, you could have seen more of that in the movie. But where we're at, all I see him becoming a boy, a dragon, and then a boy, and he's like, I'm cool now, guys. It's me. Being a dragon changed me. Like, it's very talky, don't showy, which I'm not a fan of. I mean, sometimes it works, but like in the book, going back to the book, he's a dragon on one island, and the main kind of like concern is that how are you gonna feed the dragon when he can't keep up with you guys, he can't fly with you, but in the movie he can, so that's cool, I guess. Like, doesn't really make sense because I feel like the distance of the island in the movie is more. That's my personal opinion. Like, it would make more sense, Netflix, if you can listen to my rant, that you make it into a trilogy, or make every episode its own mini-series. Because it would just make more sense. I hope you guys enjoyed my 20-minute rant that I'm going to have to edit down to like 5 minutes. Like, Did it make sense? Did it make you laugh, like chuckle at these, at my witty dialogue, witty banter? I'm trying to look right at the lens when I'm saying this, but I'm leading in the way that it makes me look like I'm not. Do you want me to talk about Narnia more? Do you want me to talk about? You want me to review all the BBC shorts? Let me know down below. If I remember anything else to add in, I'm gonna add it in right here. But otherwise, outro